Yo, what it do, what it is, what it ain't. It's your boy T. This the Get Right podcast. You already know I got the two homies with me, man. I got the brain trust with me, Rod, man. What's happening, bro?
What up, though?
As always, short and sweet, keeping it simple, man. And you already know Mr. Misconception himself, the one who pisses a lot of people off, man. But it's all love. DC, what's good, bro?
Yeah, I'm just a man with the beer in his hand. DC in the place to be. You know what it is. And I'm not hey, I'm here to spread the love, man. I'm just spreading my point of view. That's all.
Yeah, man. You just gotta tell it what it is, what it do, what it ain't, bro. That is what we do, man. So I'm gonna put the ball in your field first, bro, because I know you wanted to kick this thing off.
Man, I
How
say
you
it.
feeling, bro?
I'll
Oh,
say
go ahead,
no.
Rod. Rod, you about to say something, bro?
I was gonna say, man, you called him the prince of pissing people off or something. Whatever you just said, man. Like he was on Facebook going in, man, getting the. He got my wife a little not
A
riled
little
up.
riled up with that push present.
She wasn't fired up, but like with anything, context is everything. When you throw something vague out there, context is.
Yeah. I caught a lot of heat over that, man. And the wifey, like she called me that day that it dropped. Because I told her we talked about, step parenting and whatnot, but I didn't really go into any details. But she listened to it and she called me like immediately. She's like, "So what's this about a push present?"
Pull up.
Too funny.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let y'all know how it goes when the time comes.
Oh yeah, because like I said, we down the road. We gonna
Yeah.
give some people some opportunities to to quote unquote clap back. Let's have a healthy conversation because it's valid, man. People's emotions and feelings are valid, but
Mhm.
we want to hear both sides of the story. Because ain't nobody on this podcast 100% correct, and we can always learn. But we also putting out information for others to look at things from a different lens too. So, um, stay tuned to that. We gonna get into that, man. But we halfway through season one, so turn up. We halfway through,
Hey,
but
hey,
you know what I'm saying, DC man. What's on your mind, bro?
man, I'll tell you what. First off, normally I'm the man with the beer in his hand. Today I'm the man with some coffee in his hand, bro. I needed that Starbucks, bro. Whenever I go to Starbucks, I get like the same thing every time. I have no imagination, man. That white chocolate mocha latte, hot. They're like, "You want it iced or hot?" I can't stand iced coffee, and I judge people who drink iced coffee. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, coffee's supposed to be hot. So anyway, this is what no, I'm just playing.
Coffee trash though, real talk. But go ahead.
Coffee
I'm
is
not a
trash.
coffee person. Yeah,
Nah,
What?
man,
I'm a
I'm high.
T.
I'm
I'm
high,
not.
y'all, bro. Bro, I'm high on life,
Yeah,
bro. I don't
You're
need that.
high on life.
I'm high
What?
on life, bro.
yeah.
But you make it
I
sound
don't
like
do the
it's a
coffee
real
thing.
drug. Like you sound
If
like a
it is a
Hey,
real
but
drug,
you sound like
what are
a
you talking about?
you sound like a dairy commercial, bro. Like, oh no.
He said, "Say no."
Nah. But man, yeah, bro. Kyrie and them boys got swept. I ain't gonna lie. I love to see it. I don't like Kyrie at all. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's probably one of the most selfish players in NBA history in terms
Wow.
of yeah, man, in terms of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? On the floor, the man is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But I still call him a role player. I don't think he's a superstar. I never really saw him as a superstar. I call him Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Ain't Kyrie. He's a role player. He's a glorified role player. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just what he is. He has a cool dribble package. He's neato layup package. You know what I'm saying? And he does the dang thing. But the boys got
He's a star in the NBA, bro.
yeah,
You
definitely
can't
role
say
player.
you might not say he's not a superstar, but he's a star in that league, bro.
What has he done? Outside of playing next to LeBron, which clearly LeBron made him look like a star, but this man ain't made it
uh,
out the first round of the playoffs
but
himself.
but
I mean, he
hey,
got injured twice, bro. You can't. That
nah,
was not
he
his fault. That things happen. He got a bad
Oh,
what
luck.
bring
what
out the
now what
excuses.
no
It's
look,
not an
look
excuse, bro. He got
what,
hurt.
without Kyrie
He wasn't hurt all the time.
without Kyrie there's no championship in Cleveland because both Braun and
Big
Kyrie
facts.
went crazy.
Big
So I,
facts.
I I will say talent wise man, he is one of the most skilled offensive players that's in the league today, if not the most skilled. Some of the
The
layups, like you
most,
say,
the
if
most skilled.
if not, he's there. I mean, I can't argue his game. Maybe defensively, he's not the best,
Yeah,
but offensively, he'll give you buckets, bro. Like Uncle Drew is real. He can go out and get them. Just that injury bug has kind of plagued this career, and some
yep.
people are just born to lead. I don't think he's a leader. That's the thing I
I
would
agree to
say.
that.
Skill wise, like him and Brian did well together. Brian did make him better as a team player because he was getting buckets before Brian got there. But ultimately, I think Kyrie needed Brian and Brian needed Kyrie.
I'm gonna say this, man. Braun didn't need Kyrie. Braun did need help because he couldn't do it by himself, obviously.
So
But
who
but
gave
if
him
there was
help
a
though?
but if there was a but my thing is if there was another star, he still would have won. Kyrie would have never won a chip without
There,
Braun.
there was another
They
star
had
there, bro.
K
No,
Love though.
you're missing my point. What I'm saying is Kyrie was replaceable. A somebody of his talent was needed, but not Kyrie specifically. But if you flip it, Kyrie doesn't do without Braun. Like if he's playing with anybody else, as we've seen, it's not going to get done.
That goes to Rod's point. He's not a
But
leader,
no,
bro.
no, it doesn't because to Braun, it goes to my point because Braun won in LA without Kyrie. Braun won in the Heat without Kyrie. He needed help, yes, but the help was replaceable. Kyrie will not win and has not won without LeBron specifically, is the point. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's a role player. Because if you a star, bro, you're gonna be successful wherever you go.
But
And
bro,
that
he
man has
he
not been successful at all.
he gave you 40 apiece those last like 3 games. Him and Brown was going back and not even
Yeah, they
back
was
and
going
forth.
40 40s.
They was doing 40-40 club like no Jay-Z, bro. Like that's tough.
This
He's
man
he's a
averaged 50,
he's a
60
he's
games
a
a
tough
season.
talent, but he's a
Tough
tough
talent.
talent to replace, bro. When he's on, when he's in like 100% healthy, which we don't see often. I can't deny his skills on the
Or when he
court.
chooses to sit out, he chose to sit out because of Black Lives Matter once upon a time. He chose to sit out because he didn't want to get a shot for some reason that nobody knows because he wanted to explain why. Those weren't injuries, bro.
No, I mean those hit are
Those are
personal.
beliefs.
Yeah, personal
You,
beliefs.
you
Like,
can't knock nobody beliefs,
But what
bro.
is his belief though? About specifically around the shots. What's his belief? He's never said it. It's a personal decision. That's not a belief, my guy.
You
Personal
still gotta
decision does
respect it, bro.
no, you don't. Bro, you're a public if you're a public figure
You
and
can
you're talking about you
disagree with it, but you know what I'm saying? That's his decision. You gotta respect it, bro. You can disagree with it though.
I don't have to respect it. Because this is bro, this is the thing. You entered the public realm
Yeah,
voluntarily.
right.
And when you choose not to play a game that you get paid millions of dollars to play,
Okay.
people deserve to know why. People deserve to know why.
yeah,
It's just like you want all the praise.
Really?
You want all the praise in the finals. You want all this, that, and the third.
So no one, sports or not, no one has no right to any kind of privacy once you enter the public realm.
But this is not a private matter. It's a public health matter, bro.
It
This
is a
ain't
public
private.
health matter,
Ain't
but
nothing private.
his
It,
reasons
it,
was personal, bro. Now let me now was there things he was doing outside of that
But
too?
what
Like
does
he
that
saw,
even mean, bro? But literally, what does that even mean? It's person because it's not like we try to get in his business. Like, hey, do you have a disease we don't know about? That's personal. Hey, do you have AIDS? That's personal. Hey, do you have? No, we're not asking about your medical condition.
but we
We're
don't
talking
know.
about a public health matter that when you get vaccinated, it's public health knowledge. There's nothing
but
private about that.
I mean, but at the same time, like, and not to defend his stance or support his stance, but we all have that choice. You know what I mean? Like, I was against it when it first came up because I didn't know much about it. I still like Leary, like I got it, but I'm still like, yo, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean? So I get it. And also the whole mandate around it was kind of weird and it didn't make sense because he couldn't play if he didn't have it because he was a resident of New York. However, people could come in out of town or visiting and play in the arena and not have it. And then like he at one point could come and sit at the game but couldn't play. Like the whole situation was weird. of why he wasn't allowed to play. But you know what I mean, that was his personal decision. And at the end of the day, bro, like he has that right to make that decision. You know what I
Cool,
mean?
cool. He has the right he has the right to make the decision, right? Then
Yes.
then does the public not have the right to criticize? Because at this point, we could
Yeah.
bringing it to the
Yeah,
tweet,
it's fair, bro. It's free speech.
but bringing it
Yeah.
to the tweet though, essentially he's like, "How dare you criticize me? You're working for Puppet Masters for calling you out for not showing up to work." You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean
Mhm.
by the sense of entitlement of selfishness. It's like, bro, okay, you want to make
I
a
agree to that
decision.
point. I
You
agree
want
to that.
you want to make a decision. Hey, it's private. Okay, well, you got to take the consequences that come with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you chose the public life, you chose the public light. Nobody's digging into your health pass. There's a public health issue that's well documented, and I mean, and it's in your contract to get press conferences and be open. If you don't, you get fined. Like you have to speak to the media and the public, and so then to turn around and make a decision, and then you basically get your feelings hurt because you're getting called out on it, bruh. Like sit down somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't like Kyrie at all. Even the whole, he wanted to cancel the NBA season. The same NBA season he had literally no stake in that year. He had nothing to gain or lose, and he's the
So
biggest one
so
fighting against it. Like, what
so
do
I
you
think I
mean?
think I think the Twitter thing and a lot of athletes, hell, not let's take athletes off the table real fast. A lot of people get caught up into that hype with Twitter and everything, and they reading all this stuff and they want to post. They get sucked. They get sucked down that well, bro, that rabbit hole and sense. And a lot of athletes, you know what I'm saying? Some people just be quiet. They know they're just like, man, I'm not gonna pay attention to any of that. Now, when you say like, yeah, he made all these things, he said all these things, the media, that's their job, bro. So that's their job. They're gonna talk about it. That is literally their job, and he took offense to it, and he was wrong for that because you don't have to go back and forth with that. Just be quiet, bro. You said what you said, and just leave it alone. You can just move off of that, right? And so I do agree to that point, man. But to cancel the season because of who he was, his name got out there first. But there were other players who also wanted the season canceled
There
because
were,
who
but he
he
was the
was.
most vocal. But he was the most vocal.
Exactly. But he's the most known guy out of that group that wanted it canceled too. So he took the hit for that.
As well he should, because even yes, he was the most known, that's true, but he was also the most vocal in
Yeah.
a season that he had nothing to lose in. And by the way, let's not pretend that you can't go to work and do other things when you're not at work. Like we all know that the NBA is not a 40-hour week job. Like that man is not putting in 40 hours a week to be as great as he is. And he's a great basketball player. So to say that, oh, you can't go to work and do philanthropic work on your off time, come on, bro. Like, how is that not entitlement? You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's what we do. We work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and then we go give whatever time that we have. Bro, why couldn't he? And his colleagues, his teammates and whatnot. But yeah, I don't like Kyrie, bro. I just think he's selfish, man. He's a great talent on the court, but he chooses when he wants to go. I mean, and even the things he says, oh, he don't really need a coach. Come on, bro. What you mean you don't need a like? Okay, you don't need a coach.
Yeah, that was a bad comment. That was a slight. That was a slight.
But it's bad comment after bad comment after bad comment. The dumb tweets, the leaving Cleveland and not telling anybody, and then coming back. And he at least he did say he's sorry afterwards, I guess. But being a cancer at every single locker room that he's in, like, bro, it's a trend, bro. Like, it's a trend, bro. It's a trend of disappointment, and it's a trend of mess. All right, I'm done.
Tell us how you really feel.
I don't like Kyrie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I don't
Hey,
like
bro.
Kyrie, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but we all
flat earth
outside. We all outside looking in, man. And there's a lot of disagreement with the dude, bro. And I'm disappointed in some things. You know what I'm saying? That happens. You know what I'm saying? That is what that is. So I understand, man. I definitely understand.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie is, he definitely is a individual, which, I don't dislike him or like him. I'm not a huge fan of just following wherever he goes, but it's enjoyable to watch when he's on the court for sure. his personal beliefs, and man, that's your beliefs. I can't knock you for it. You're just in the public eye with it. You know what I mean? Like there's no, like what he says doesn't really move or not move me, to be honest with you. Just like, yeah, whatever. I don't have any feelings towards it, to be honest with you. Like I was telling you guys earlier, like I saw the tweet and I just kept strolling. I didn't even think twice about it. So I I get he rubs a
You
lot of
kind of
people the wrong
yeah.
way.
You just gotta accept it and just keep moving, bro. Hey, like DC, don't let that shit take your emotions, bro. You
I
like
mean,
really
it's
gotta disdain
nah,
the
man.
dude, bro.
Nah, it ain't like I'm losing sleep over, it, bro. I mean,
I'm
Mhm.
not
we
saying
talking
that,
about
but
it.
you really like bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of annoyance than anything.
Yeah.
But also, you're right. It don't even though it don't affect me. What I don't like is that it sets a precedent because
Mhm.
he's a as far as popularity, I would say yeah, he's a huge star. You know what I'm saying? I can't
Mhm.
front on that. So my thing is, I feel like there's people, younger people, looking at this like, oh yeah, this is the way to go, bro. I don't want a generation of Kyrie's, bro. I don't want the next generation to be a generation of Kyrie's, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
I gotta look at it like that, bro. Like whatever the popular players are doing today, the next generation is gonna do the same thing, and they generally take it to the next level. You
Yep.
know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I want to shut that down. I want more. I want more Giannis out there. You know what I'm saying? I want more Jaws. You know what I'm saying? I want more Ja Morant, but I don't want
You
no
mean you
Kyrie's.
why you mean Giannis?
Yeah, whatever,
My
man.
man said
I always
Giannis.
jack up. I always mess up his name. Freaks. I'm gonna say Greek freak, man. I'm not even gonna try. We need more Greek freaks. I want that mentality, man. Jason Tatum's. We need them, not the Kyries, bro.
Word.
Slamming the gavel
I
down.
respect that. I respect that, bro. So let's segue into it, man, because we talk about like where people minds is, where people thought process is, and so forth, man. And as you know, we're in this month of May, man, and it's mental health awareness, bro. A lot of things take a lot of tolls on people's minds, bodies, soul. How are y'all feeling about that, man? When you hear the word mental health awareness, when you hear the word therapy, when you hear the word I'm good, but deep down inside you not. And or you can read other people's body languages and their tones, whether it's on the phone or whatever. You know something ain't right, man. I want to know what y'all take is on mental health awareness, man, and how y'all feeling. Yes,
Crickets.
crickets, right? That's it right there. So that's it right there. It's a perfect set. It's another, not even a segue, another step further, right? In our community, that's one of the things that's almost taboo, right? We don't talk about it that much. We don't advocate like, yo, man, man, I really needed to talk to somebody or needed the outlet to somebody. A few episodes ago, we talked about what helps us get through, right? This podcast, right? How we have these conversations, right? The way our wives just pick up and make plans, right? And we just say yes to everything. I think DC, you said that in the last episode, right? 2 episodes ago, really. You was like, we know what we signed up for because we said yes to it. However, we also need to take time for ourselves. So for me, I'll even kick this off, man. There's a lot of days, man, not a lot. So I'll take that back. There are times where, man, I'll be struggling, bro. And it's from a place of where I'm the only male in the house. So I don't have any testosterone, anything around me that I can outlet too quick, fast, in a hurry. And I'm just surrounded by 3 women every day. And sometimes, man, I can go bunkers where I just need to get out of the house, just get in the car and just go drive because it's just a lot of, I don't want to say because it's not negative, but it's just, it's like, all right, I got the wife, a teenager, Tyler, every single thing seems like his dad, husband, dad, it's everything, right? And there's no relatability sometimes to like what I'm going through as a male, and sometimes like man, I can get a little stressed, bro. So I try to find ways to outlet that, you know what I'm saying, to keep my mind together, like this podcast, talking to you guys as fellas, right? Um, there's a text chain that I'm on, right, with sports. I really try to find these outlets, man, because it can get stressful, man. Like it really can get stressful, man. And so I'm opening that door now since we had crickets because I knew this would be a topic. Like, damn, can we talk about this? But as black men, it's something we should talk about, man. So Rod, how you feeling, bro?
Yeah, you know, it's all right. One day at a time, bro. That's how I take life, man. Like honestly, I don't think too much into it. You know, I'm happy that we are more mental health conscious as of more recent years. It's been a topic of discussion. Um, I think a lot of us suffer from anxiety or PTSD. You know, what I mean, depending on your environment you came up in. But
Hmm.
we talked about it maybe last week, a couple weeks ago, one of these podcasts where I've seen way too much in my life than I probably needed to see. So, there's definitely some things in there probably that helps me guard myself a little more. You know what I mean? Like we all have stresses, we all have struggles, and you just got to find an outlet that's best for you. Like some may do therapy and think it's the greatest thing ever, and some may do it and think, all right, that really didn't help me, but X helps me or Y helps me. You just got to do what's best for you and figure out a way to have an outlet. You know what I mean? Like that's the key, is being able to recognize yourself and know when you need to get out or do some more things, or something that's going to help not make you internally combust. You know what I mean? So it's a balance. Life is about balance, and it's always good to talk about those things and to get more awareness out. But it's a long road, right? Like I grew up a certain type of way, so definitely a long road to open up about emotions and those type of things, man. It's like only emotional thoughts I have is Carl Thomas song, bro. That's all I can give you. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't. It's hard for me to express those things, even my frustrations. You know what I mean? It's more you hold it in. Like this week, we went through a lot of craziness in my day job. You know what I mean? So but that's part of the game. It is what it is. So I just take it one day at a time, bro, and control what I can control.
Yeah, that's it right there. Control what you can control, bro. Sometimes, like you said, outlet it a little bit. Don't let that thing turn you into a volcano, because that is the worst thing that can happen. And we're all human beings, man. We're not perfect. I'm pretty sure we all let that volcano go off. But now we gotta kind of let that steam out, man. So DC, I'm about to put it on you because you're the only child syndrome. You said you suffer from the only child syndrome sometime, and now with things going on, bro, like what are you doing, bro? How do you feel about the when we was like, bro, how you feeling, bro? Mental health, stress, all of that.
Um, I don't know, man. I kind of like Rod. It's not something I really put a lot of thought into.
Hmm.
Um, I guess I'm a compartmentalizer. So I tend to, I guess, even put my thoughts and whatnot into little buckets, or you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying. And this is when I'm in work, I'm in this mode. When I'm at home, I'm in this mode, and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Even actually, now I think about it, I live like that a lot. Like I probably could never do the home gym kind of thing because I associate my home and my house with calm and peace, and the outside world is the outside world, and stress free and whatnot. And exercise in that space doesn't work. But if I'm in the gym and I'm around other people that's trying to get right like me, that's like another form of motivation for me. So I got to like get away. Even like with working, I'm the type of person like when COVID hit and whatnot, I couldn't work from home. So like when we our office we shut down for a little while during COVID. Everybody worked remotely. I still came in the office just because, and I was the only one here, but I did it because I could not. I couldn't work from home, man. The couch, the refrigerator, the TV, my dog. It was just too many distractions, man. Um, and even with trauma, man, I'll share. My wife and I not long ago we lost a baby, man. She had a miscarriage fairly late in pregnancy, man, and it hit. And like for me, it wasn't until the next day. Like I mean, that night I was like there, while it was literally happening. We went to urgent care and whatnot. And that day, that night, I was just kind of focused on Ryan and kind of keeping her straight and whatnot. But then that next morning, when I woke up, I had planned to go to work like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then it kind of hit me, bro. And like the weight of everything and everything we had been going through had really hit. And I internalized a lot of it without really thinking about it. Like I let myself have a few moments, you know, of I guess vulnerability. You know what I mean? And from aside from that, it's kind of get back on the horse, so to speak. You know, whereas with my wife, you know, I'm sure it's still, you know, working to grapple with it and it's up and down. But even I had to recognize that, yeah, as her husband, even though I am her confidant and she is mine, with something like this, it's probably beyond what I can do, even as a husband, as much as I love her. Like, you know, there might be just so much like counsel or whatnot that I can offer because I don't know anything about losing a child. You know what I'm saying? As far as carrying
Hmm.
a fetus in my womb and it not quite working out. You know what I mean? I can't relate to that. Like I'll never be able to relate to that. So, you know, that's something that we've grappled with just recently, bro. And there's no easy answers. I guess now, I guess I have to kind of think about it a little bit more than I have in the past. But, you know, just I guess as an old school kind of thought process is you kind of bottle up and keep going. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I don't know that I don't know if it's the best thing, but that's kind of what it is. You just kind of compartmentalize and you keep pushing, bro.
For sure,
Yeah.
bro. Bro, go
Condolences
ahead.
to you, bro. Yeah, no, I
Yep,
was gonna
all
say
day, man. Cause
condolences.
you know it's all love from us
Oh
to
yeah, oh
both of
yeah.
y'all, bro. Every single day, and I would say, nah, man, you don't have to um hold that stuff in, bro. It's always good to outlet. Whether you want to pick up the phone, text. It's not just you, DC. I'm talking to people listening too. Like when we hold that stuff in, like I said, we can become a volcano, right? Because it can be a moment, maybe not the next day. It could be a week or a month from now, where it's a trigger because we see something, we experience something, and then those emotions come like pouring out, bro. Like for me, I was the same way, compartmentalized. I think one of the worst times for me where I compartmentalize, I try to internalize every single thing, and I really hurt my wife in this moment was like not able to outlet um and grieve. I'm still am grieving because you do not grieve. But when I lost my mom, and as we were dating and first got married, I kind of internalized that. So like birthdays, Mother's Day, I really just kind of went to a dark place. And what I mean by that is I was quiet, didn't say much, didn't do nothing, lay in bed, like literally like I'm ignoring everybody. And I was going through something that I didn't know how to explain or articulate, you know what I'm saying, until the point where my wife was like, "Look, this this shit ain't working, man." And it took a toll on us, man. And for me now, you outlet that so that way you got someone to help you through that process. Because when I lost my mom, that really like took me down a peg. You know what I'm saying? A few pegs. You know what I mean? But now I can talk about it. I can easily like I'm not gonna say move past it, but I can easily like move through the day, the week, the months. Because I know I got somebody who's supporting me and they know how I feel about it because I outletted it instead of just keeping it in. Like, oh, all right, there was the moment I keep it to myself because as men, it's all good. And we talked about that last week, right? When we were talking about other kids when they say, I've been through it, so they can go through it. But now having these conversations, um, to get through it is just as important, man. So you don't never. I feel like you never have to internalize, man. It's all right to be vulnerable, man, because the people that's in your circle gonna respect it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it.
Yeah, man. It's we all definitely go through different stages of life, and you have those different stages of emotions and grief and those type of things. It's interesting to really bring it back to last week's episode as well with the push present. One of the things that I honored more about my wife and made me want to give a push present versus her forcing me, like that wasn't even a question that she would have brought up to me, like, "Can you get me something?" Like she don't ask for anything. But we went through three miscarriages before my first was born, and one big one before my second was born. So each time, like we went through some, man, it was a road to get to both of our kids being born. So to me, it was like, yo, I know what you went through in order for this moment to happen. So for sure, I'm gonna bless you with something. You know what I mean? It wasn't no car or nothing crazy or extravagant, but just a token of my appreciation to know, like, emotionally you were able to push through all the things that we've gone through and still come out and do a hell of a job on doing natural birth and pushing something out of, again, we talked about it, I can't do. So it was a token of appreciation. And I think having individuals that kind of understand what you've gone through, you sort of find peace within that outlet. You know what I mean? Like for me, and again, I'm not going to say therapy doesn't work or work for anyone, right? It's all individual, but I have found my best success on feeling better venting when I know someone else has either gone through or is going through like issues. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to put my burdens on you. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to just drop what I'm going through on you because I know you got some stuff going on. But if we can relate and we can talk about it together, like we can be accountability partners and help each other out throughout that process, I'm more willing to express it and talk about it in that moment.
All day, bro. That's dialogue. And so what I said, like, it's that circle. Like, you know who your homies are and who your associates are. That is part of this game called life. And so, like this conversation is like the conversations we had, man. We're able to outlet that and share that. Why? Because we all walk that path, and we also gonna be like, hey, we'll tell you what it is, and we're gonna support you. You know what I mean? And you gotta have that, like you said, that accountability. That's yeah, you nailed it with that word, because it is that accountability to figure out, like, hey man, what you going through, bro? And I feel you, bro. I can relate to that, and we can go back and forth and share ideas. It ain't just a vent session. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And we can build off that, man, because yo, the struggle's real, bro. And I think this pandemic really tested everybody. You know what I mean? I think DC, you just said it, bro. Like, I couldn't be at home. There's a lot of people who couldn't be at home, but they had no choice, bro. Like, just kind of think about that, bro. Like, they had no choice. Um, they had to work from home, and they getting cabin fever. They stuck in four walls. You got the dogs, the kids, the spouses, everything happening all at once, and that was probably difficult for a lot of people. That was going through that, man. And so DC, you said you throw everything in a bucket, man. And I'm gonna pose this question to all of y'all because I struggle with it as well, man. How do y'all work, or what are your tools that y'all do to separate those balances, the work life, the personal life, the miscellaneous stuff? What do y'all do? How do y'all do that to separate that? Because I know that's a struggle for a lot of folks.
I mean, I don't know. For me, I really don't, man. I've kind of, as an entrepreneur
Yeah,
who's
you're a business owner, so you're almost on the clock. Not almost, you're on the clock every
yeah,
hour.
yeah. So a lot of my work and personal life kind of infused together. It's almost one and the same. So for me, I guess making sure that I'm partitioning time for both. So I like live and die by my calendar. Like even if um, you know, of course anything work related, I'm gonna put on my calendar. But things like if I'm gonna just go out with the wife somewhere, I put it on the calendar. I put everything on the calendar to kind of remind myself and keep track of things. But I used to try to keep a work and my work life and personal life separate. But the older I get and the deeper I get into this, I realize that it's kind of one and the same, man. And there is no kind of work Daryl and DC, for example. You know what I'm saying? It's really all in the same. Like, of course, after hours, things get loosened up a little bit, but I've kind of made it to where I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? There is no switch, so to speak, that I flip, man. So I don't know if that everybody's probably a little bit different, but for me, like,
Mhm.
and people that's I think like work like me is probably like that a little bit more. It's all kind of infused together. So
It kind of has to be. Like, I mean, I guess it depends on what position you're in, but my day profession is a leader of people. So there is no turning it off, right? You just lead. I lead at the household and I lead at the job. You know what I mean? So there is no true turning it off per se, like you say. Um, yours is a little bit different, but it's still the same type of thought process. Because again, I am available for anybody that reports to me whatever time. You know what I mean? If they call me on the weekend, doesn't matter. I'm still going to be available and try to give them whatever they need. And the same for the household. If I'm at the office or working and they need something from me at that moment, I may have to dip out depending on, what I'm in the middle of and the urgency of that situation. If it's an urgent situation, for sure, I'm out. You know what I mean? So it's a tough balance. I don't think
For
there is
sure.
no, I don't think there is a actual answer to say how to do it. You
Nah,
just
nah, nah. But like just
figure it out.
your tools. Because everybody got different tools, but I just want y'all to share that. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, same thing. Leader of people in multiple time zones. And sometimes
Mhm.
that can become very strenuous too, because you do want to be able to be available for everybody, but you also need to be available for everyone at home. And so for me, man, and I'm still practicing this, like I said, because I'm a human being, I'm not perfect. I do have to look at my tips and tools to shut things off because I need to be, like you said, present leader. I got to be T. You know what I'm saying, at the crib and Terrell at the day. And so how do you balance that, man? And it's literally practicing every day. Taking feedback every day as well, because the wives and kids will let you know. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side of the fence, they'll let you know too. So it's really just understanding that, and also being vocal, because you can tell, like you just said. I think Rod, you just said it, yo. If I got a dip, I got a dip. You're just letting people know, like, this is where the line is in the sand, where you can get both halves of me. And it's just really like mentally locking into that point on or at that moment where you are in that moment of time, I should say, and move off from there. So that would be my tips, tricks, tools, the way to think at things. Because like I said, I'm still practicing. Because there isn't no formula. Again, we said, like I said, about parenting, bro. It's not a book for it. You just have to look at each day. Rod's famous line, one day at a time. You literally have to, man. And when you talk about like therapy, like you said, it's for those who seek therapy, man. It's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope if you seek that. But you're not gonna go to one session and happen. Oh yeah, I'm great. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta have some good dialect, and you gotta be able to take some real talk from somebody else. That's gonna see it from a different fence, because you want to talk to people who want to give you advice that's not going to just like, yeah, that's that he or she's on my side. Nah, you have to have yourself called out on the carpet. And again, when you're talking to your homies, your real homies, they got to be able to call you out on the carpet too when you're wrong. They'll support you when you're wrong. They'll support you when you're right. But you got to be able to take both sides of it. So like that's like my spiel, my soapbox. When we talk about this mental health thing, man, because that's the month of May, man, for mental health. And it's a huge thing. It's a huge proponent to what's going on in society. And in Rod, DC, y'all both said it, bro. That anxiety thing is it's crazy, especially since this pandemic.
And on another note, this was getting a little deep today. Not fake deep. It was getting a little deep. One came out of left field, but hey, these have been some entertaining playoffs so far in the first round.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's climb
Very
out of this well
entertaining.
real quick. So let's climb out of this well real quick. Because definitely, I hope somebody take that back with them and we'll talk about it. But to sports, not named Kyrie. He is a star player. He's a role player. It has been some great NBA playoffs, man, and I've been excited, bro. I've been thrilled to see. There's been a difference. That ain't been your same old, and that's what's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been your same old, and it's just been fun to watch other players, other teams. You get to see some youth.
Yeah, I think
man.
we're seeing a changing of the guard, bro. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. Like you're starting to
We
see
about 2 years away from that door finally opening, like all
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, because even like Ja, man, Ja is the future, bro. I don't think this is
Mhm.
going to be his year. I don't see
No.
them beating Golden State, but
Nah.
if they beat Golden State, they're going to go to the finals. I feel like whoever wins that Golden State Memphis series is going to go to the finals. And
I disagree.
even if Memphis by some miracle beat Golden State, they're losing to either Boston or the Bucks. Like I don't see the Heat doing anything. I don't.
You counting out Phoenix already?
Um.
Because Devin Booker.
Oh,
Will be back in 2 weeks.
no, I'm not. I can't count out Phoenix. Honestly,
He'll be back in 2 weeks, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Nah,
counting
bro.
them out. No, I'm
Devin-
not counting them out.
Devin
No.
Booker's already back. He played last night.
Oh, he did?
Or the other night, whenever they played.
Yeah, but he didn't get Devin Booker minutes, which is fair. You gotta
He still played quite a bit.
get the horse. You gotta
Yeah.
get the horse, ready for the full track and just gauge him. But I'm not counting out Chris Paul, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I ain't gonna
counting
count
out
out the
that
Suns.
guy,
I ain't gonna
bro.
count out those. I
I'm
was
not.
sleeping on the Suns. No, I'm not counting them out. But I will say, man, this ain't Ja's year, but bro, he's gonna have a couple MVPs when it's all said and done. He's gonna have some chips when it's all said and
Yeah,
done.
man. So let me
I
own
hope
it,
so.
'cause I'm a guy that always owns it. I gotta stand.
And he's
on it.
better than Derrick Rose already, bro. I see that comparison a lot. And he's better than Derrick Rose
Yeah,
has ever been.
He is. I would say this.
You say that Derrick Rose ever been?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, not okay,
No.
not ever, because he ain't like MVP Rose. But I guess what I'll say is he will
He a
be.
year away.
He will be.
He has that potential, man. My concern with Ja is the same concern I had with D Rose, the same concern I had with Iverson. And they take a lot of shots, man, because they go to the rim to a finish. And whenever you have players that D Wade was the same way, that attack the rim the way they attack it, you're gonna
They
get
good
beat
for
up and
10,
you're gonna
11
get
years. That's it.
injuries. So I'm just hoping he doesn't have. You see, he had a couple of minor injuries throughout the season this year.
Bro, he
I'm
got
just
injured
hoping.
twice this playoffs, bro. Like he's landing
Yeah,
on
yeah.
his hip, landing on his arm, his shoulder.
So
Like he
that's
a high
Yeah.
flyer.
that's my concern with him is hopefully he can stay healthy because of the style he plays. He puts himself at risk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be playing till 32 if he keep going like this at this rate. 32 is great, you know what I'm saying? Great career. It's 13 years.
I
But
mean, that's about normal, man. Don't let LeBron fool you, bro.
no, But we were talking about like 13 years. Them final 3 years may be very, very taxing on him, and he won't be the ticket seller. But I will admit this because I always felt like, man, I love Luka Doncic. I felt like he was gonna be that next guy, and Rob was on my head like it's Ja Morant. I have to agree. I was wrong twice. And what I say by that, I was wrong twice
I
because,
said it was gonna be
I-
Ja Morant. I mean, Rob
you
might
did
have
too.
Okay. all
So
right.
I was wrong. and then I also was wrong about Trey Young because I thought Trey Young was overrated, and I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat crow on that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we had both of those
Yeah,
conversations.
yeah.
Mhm.
Smoke. We had smoke about that.
Yeah.
We had some smoke about that, bro. Because I thought he was crazy. He's like, bro, Trey Young, that guy. I'm like, bro, that dude's super overrated. He's not.
I was like, yeah, no, not at all. But I mean, like both of you said, it's a changing of the guard coming to youth. It's nice. I like where the game is. Like there's some budding superstars that we're seeing in the making. I mean, Jason Tatum's been there for a minute, in my opinion, but right now
He
he
look like
is.
he a killer now.
He's
killer
he's starting to hit
Yeah.
that apex, right? He's
Yeah.
what, this is year 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So you can tell he's like more comfortable in that killer role. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know I'm good. I know I'm the man. Which you could see it in his rookie year. You could see it developing, but I think right
The
now
game
he's
is
like,
slower for him.
yeah, he's like, look, defensively, he's legit. He's not a shab on defense, and he can still get his own buckets, man. Like I'm impressed by him, man. I think him and Jaylen Brown are showing if they can stay together and continue to build, they could they could probably be the best duo in the league at some point. You know what I mean? So I like what I'm seeing from Boston. I like John. Obviously, hell, the role players in that Memphis team is no slugs either. You know what I mean? Like Desmond Bain and Jackson and Brooks. He's just an irritant, but he's good for that system. Um, who else?
I like Dylan Brooks, bro.
Yeah, he's a character, that's for sure.
He is. He is. He can ball though.
He can. He
He can
can.
ball though.
He
He's
got,
not one of those irritants where you be like, he is a
nah,
liability.
he got offense and his defense is good, but he got to stop fouling, bro. He fouls out more than anybody I've ever seen. Not named Kyle Lowry, bro, but
He aggressive though. I like it.
yeah,
I like it, man. He's in the right system.
yeah,
Put it that way though. He's in the right system.
yeah. I mean, so you got that team, man. You got that. I'm telling you. And shout out to Detroit as usual. My guy Willie Green. Even though I called the Suns to win I called them to win the entire thing. That was my pick
Man, New
going
Orleans wasn't
into it.
supposed to be there, bro.
But shout out to Willie Green,
Yeah.
bro. You know, that's Detroit, baby. We ride for each other. But Willie got them boys playing, and that's without Zion. Boy, Brandon
Yeah.
Ingram looking at hindsight. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but hindsight, if you can go back in time, if I'm the Lakers, if I'm Magic or whoever pulled that trade, and you
Magic.
see the young talent that you have versus what you got out of AD, which was a championship, which there's a lot put an asterisk next to that championship because it was the bubble. But when you go back to hindsight and you see the talent that you gave away that's producing like crazy right now, even Lonzo, I know he hurt right now, but Lonzo producing, Brandon Ingram producing, Josh Hart producing, all those guys were Lakers around Bron, young talent, people that can run. What are the Lakers now? Old as hell, can't produce like these guys are producing. So hindsight, that was probably a bad trade.
I don't know, man. I gotta disagree, bro.
No,
Nah,
I disagree too.
disagree.
I disagree too.
I'm
Go
just
ahead,
saying,
DC.
I'm throwing it out there. Hindsight.
Here's the thing, bro. Nothing trumps a championship. Nothing. And I don't put an asterisk on the bubble because
But
here's the thing.
there's a lot that do though. There's a
Nah,
lot that do.
Well, I mean, they all wrong. There's a lot of people that's wrong, and I'll tell you why. As far as the bubble championship, I say that's a more challenging chip because if anybody should have won the bubble, it should have been a young team, and this is why. There's no hostile crowds. If you notice during that bubble playoffs, you saw a lot of young teams just killing it, young players, because they didn't have to deal with the pressure of a hostile crowd. Then all of a sudden, when they go back to having people in arenas, you see the veterans winning championships because veterans win chips. That's why I say this ain't gonna be Memphis' year. They're just too young. You know what I'm saying? They don't have enough grit yet. So that's why, like, I don't put an asterisk on that. But as far as the whole shit, man, I just lost my train of thought. What were you talking about?
Great. So I'll let you add the toppings on this shake, bro. Because Rob, one thing DC just said, being in that bubble, bro, again, mental health, bro. You got to be locked in all the time, bro. Like you can literally go bored when they were in that bubble, and a lot of players said that. They literally got bored. You literally had to be mentally prepared to be locked into a room every single day, locked into a gym every single day. So that's a toll. So veterans showed up in there, and even the young guys, like you said, the young guys were able to play. It's like just being at LA Fitness or whatever it is. You just hooping. Now,
it's like a pickup game.
The growth part is those guys, Brandon Ingram, the Josh Harts, Lonzo's. They had more opportunity to get more reps to grow and succeed and see failure and grow from it. They did because they don't touch the ball. You gotta think playing with LeBron James. And I don't want to make this whole LeBron James segment.
But
LeBron James is an offensive system. He is the system.
But that's why you needed players like that, right? You needed players like.
But that's
in my opinion, but
now, bro. We want to win now.
You're feeling it now, though. But you're feeling it now.
Yeah.
You know
but here's the thing. I don't blame that on the trade. I don't blame that on trading the young talent away. I blame it on them getting Russ Westbrook because I believe they was really I think what's his name? Bron really wanted DeMar DeRozan. Imagine what that team looks like without Russell Westbrook. Even if AD is hurt, I think they at least make the playoffs.
Oh
So
yeah,
I think that's
100%.
the trade we should talk about, not so
hundred
much
Yeah,
trading
percent.
away
they should
the
have
young
signed
talent.
DeRozan and they should have traded for Buddy Hield, but neither here or there. But young guys that go to a young team, they get all the touches. They get a chance to just figure it
Yep.
out.
Yep.
They get a chance to just figure it out. And so that's what made them better. You know what I'm saying? That's what made them better. That's what made them grow through those hard times. Because Brandon Ingram was decent his first year there, but then you saw a second year in New Orleans, it was like he peaked. He won Most Improved Player. So you can see like, okay, he
And that
understands
wouldn't
now.
have happened
Like
in
I
LA.
can, yeah, he
That wouldn't
wouldn't.
have
It
happened in
wouldn't
LA.
have.
I
He
don't
he would
know.
he
I
he would have
don't
been
know,
he
man.
would have been good, but he wouldn't be who he is now.
I don't know about that. To
I
be
don't.
honest with you, I think he would have been who
People
he is.
defer to LeBron, bro.
I-
Even if
And
they
yep.
don't, think about everywhere he's been except Miami. People, when he has the ball, a lot of people, it seems like the IQ leaves them. It's like Space Jam when all their talent just disappears. A lot of people stand and watch.
Yeah.
And even him, he's like, bro, cut, move, do this, do that. But everybody like, man, you got it. And it's like, no, bro, cut, move. Like
Yeah.
everybody stops and watches the show.
Yeah, and see, and here's my thing on top of that. I think honestly, the biggest thing that happens, bro, is people shrink under playing with LeBron because, bro, like let's take a Russell Westbrook for example. Russ was never really on I mean, in Oklahoma City, yeah, a little bit, but he was never really on teams that's like championship or bust. He's never really been on teams like that. When he won MVPs for all those triple doubles, his team was never expected
That
to
when
do
he was
anything.
supposed to go to the playoffs, bro.
Right.
They
So
finished
like
in
he
the top
didn't.
five.
Right.
They
He never
wasn't
had to.
supposed to go.
Yeah, he never had to play with that pressure. And now this year, he comes to LA and they're expected to make a deep playoff run. And if they don't, it's looked at as a failure. He's never had to play like that. And a lot of players, you know what I'm saying? I feel like who played, even Danny Green, I would say, because Danny Green is a catch and shoot specialist. But when he went to LA, he was pretty good, but he fell off for no good reason. You know what I'm saying? And I
He was
believe,
past his prime, bro. Yo,
but he went to another team and his numbers went back up. You know what I'm saying?
Philly,
they ain't that
playing
great in
decent in
Philly.
Philly, bro.
Man,
Yeah, he's playing better in Philly
playing
than he did in LA. But
That's
I mean,
true.
I'm not saying he's like just killing the game, but he played better in Philly than he did in LA doing the exact same thing. But I feel like when you're playing with LeBron, like there's just so many cameras on you. Every single thing you do gets micro analyzed that without anybody else, like other than anybody else. Like that's what I think it is. When you play with LeBron, you're under a microscope. And that's a tough thing to deal with a lot of players. That's what I kind of feel that happens. Like when you say, T was saying players just kind of go dumb playing with LeBron. I think it's the cameras. They're like, oh shit, like this is bigger than basketball here. Like, if we don't win, I'm gonna get blamed because I know LeBron's gonna go off. So, oh my gosh, because like look at damn Russell Westbrook just throwing the ball off the backboards.
Space Jam.
Like, why are you
bro.
doing that?
It's literally like Space Jam 1, bro. It's like every the way, bro.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
I don't think so. And
It's
I'm a
crazy,
LeBron guy. I don't think their talents get zapped away. Now, do they have to adjust their play? 100%. But I don't think their talents get. I don't think their talents get zapped away. Like,
And Brandon Ingram doesn't have to adjust no more, bro. He can be Brandon Ingram, bro.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all, man. Like he's in the perfect situation, bro.
I
with
think
the
so,
perfect
too. I
coach.
think so,
with the
too.
perfect coach. He's in the best situation right now. That's just what that is, bro. Only certain people can just rise up.
A huge fan of trading away all of your young talent for just like in this case, they were thinking AD was going to be top 5, but AD has always been street clothes, bro. Like he's always been injury prone. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And I don't look at the bubble ring as an asterisk, but there's a lot of people that do. And yeah, I mean, it was welcome. I'm glad Bron got another one, but I just would have wanted him to win another one that wasn't an asterisk, or it's not even a question, right? You don't even have to question the difficulty or non-difficulty or whatever the case may be. So we'll see, though. We'll see what type of moves they make in the offseason. It sounds like they're going after Darvin Ham for coach, Saginaw guy. Shout out to Saginaw, Michigan. If they get him, it's a younger coach. Who knows? I don't know. Bron got like maybe two more years, maybe a year.
This is it. Next season is it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
It's it.
it?
He'll still be playing, but that's it, bro.
Like
This
that's
is
his
it.
last chance to get a chip
Absolutely,
next
bro.
season.
Million times over.
And
Unless
I
after that
don't
season he said it, he'll play for cheap elsewhere. But this is it, bro. This is it, and it is what it is, bro. But I don't. Mark Jackson's my guy, bro, who's been blackballed. So that's the guy I think he should be coaching anywhere. My opinion. Lakers, Sacramento, whatever vacancy is open, bro. Mark Jackson, because that guy just deserves another opportunity. But everything else, yeah, man, this is it. This is it, bro. This is Giannis league now, bro.
It's Giannis league. I can't. Hey, no argument there,
This is
bro.
league,
It is
bro.
Giannis league.
That's just what it is, bro. It's not fair right now because he's just too damn big to be doing shit like that. It's like
sure.
it's just not fair no more, bro. He's a walking cheat code, and I haven't seen nobody like that since Shaq.
Nah, he's more skilled than Shaq.
No, I'm just saying though, like how, but people say like Giannis is strong as hell, but how is he
Yeah.
going from coast to coast like that? And now he's one more year away, but his jump shot better now. But if he
Oh,
get
yeah.
jumper, he a walking cheat code, bro. He up, down, left, right, bro. It ain't fair, bro. Like it ain't fair, bro.
Yeah, I mean, every year he gets better, which I respect about him. He plays like he's Russell Westbrook from an energy standpoint, but his game elevates every year, which that's why he's the best player now.
So, Rod, what you got for us, bro? You got a quote for us? You wanna break us down, man?
For sure, as always, man. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Facts.
Bars. That's bars, bro. That is what it is, man. So, hey, man, all y'all listeners, keep your head up, man. You know, word to Tupac. Keep your head up.
For
For
sure.
sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's it. We already told y'all what to do, what it is, what it ain't, bro. Cue the music.